Your friends are scrolling through short content, but you, my friend, you're here to learn. Welcome to TRS Clips. We had Dr. Pal Manikam, who actually runs a very nice Instagram page. He's a gut doctor.
Oh, wow.
Gastroenterologist. Right?
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
that's what
yeah.
the
Gastroenterologist.
very nice conversation.
Really.
He spoke about how our microbiome is so diverse
Yeah.
and all that.
Yeah.
And I'd just like to know what you think of what I'm going to say now. It was a very long, it was like how we're talking in detail about skin. He spoke about the gut in detail. Fantastic
Amazing.
conversation. One of the takeaways for me was that he's very, very hesitant about antibiotic use now.
Yeah.
He's like, even he said that 5 years ago it was different, but
Yeah.
over the course of his career, he's just seen that even a basic level antibiotic, nothing too strong, but even a basic one is like an atom bomb for your gut.
True.
In terms of it'll just wipe away your natural gut
Flora.
bacteria,
Yeah.
which is actually needed for living a life with even good mental health. That was the
Yes.
core of
Oh, yes.
like your gut bacteria is
Yes,
related to your
yes.
mental health also.
Yes.
So imagine how much it's related to your physical health.
Yeah.
So I want to know what you think of antibiotics, because I also remember when I was dealing with my acne, one of the most effective treatments for me was, I don't remember which antibiotic,
Antibiotic.
but some
Yeah.
doctor had put me on an antibiotic and my acne cleared up like
Yeah.
in a week. And my skin was glowing also. So two questions. One, how did that happen from a skin perspective? Like how did the antibiotic work so much on my skin? And two, do you or do you not recommend antibiotics nowadays?
I do. I still do. I do in a way where, like I said, initially, if a patient has come to you, acne for many people can just be, oh, it's an aesthetic thing. Trust me, I've had youngsters or even adults for that matter coming to me crying, saying it is so painful. Even if it touches the pillow, I screech with pain. It is so painful. I remove my clothes, it touches, it hurts. So it is very painful. So I need to relieve you of that pain instantly. The pain is because there's so much infection and inflammation there, which has to subside.
In your gut?
No, on the face. So I have to give you an antibiotic.
Okay.
Now, when I give you an antibiotic, it is going to affect the gut. So to kind of mitigate that, I'm also giving you good gut bacteria with it. So your question is, do you still treat acne with antibiotic? Yes, I do. But that is not my mainstay. So I only treat that infection part for the first few days with an antibiotic, curb it down. While I do that, I'm giving you the good bacteria. I am looking over your diet to make sure you're getting all of that, soothing and healing the gut lining. Once I do that, then I switch off from antibiotics because I'm not the doctor who likes a long-term antibiotic. I would rather do things from the top. So when my young teenagers come with their mamas and I say, oh, let's do a peel on her and let's just do a little cleanup. They're like, oh, she's so small. Do you want to do a peel? I'm like, I'd rather do a controlled peeling from the top in that surface that I want to than putting her through many, many medicines inside for it to slowly come and reach the skin to actually work. Then they see sense in it. And then in the end, they're obviously thankful and say, oh, it's cleared up and you didn't give her any medicines. We're so happy, blah, blah, blah. So my whole point is, yes, you disrupt the gut for a little while. That body is so beautiful, it'll recover. Unless you're badgering it for a long time where body forgets that gut, some flora, you wiped it out, then it is difficult. But otherwise, you're killing a few. That strain of few still remaining, it'll recover. A small term antibiotic, in my opinion, you don't need to get so hyper about, because it is important for you to actually take care of yourself at that moment. For example, if you have a lung infection, a face infection, skin, you need that at that moment. Then yes, the minute you don't need, you should get off. Those long antibiotics that we used to do before, that is what killed the gut flora for good. Here you're depleting it a little, it'll come back again. You're depleting it, it'll come back again.
Okay. I'm just trying to draw the parallels between the Dr. Manikam conversation and this.
Sure.
He spoke about how important it is to actually take care of your gut bacteria. And the CTA, like the call to action there, is eat a lot of varied foods, etc. That's the basic CTA, because our bodies are still in Stone Age zone. Like that's how our biology is built. And when we were hunter gatherers, we would end up eating a lot of different kinds of foods, etc. My non-medico conjecture, and please correct me if I'm wrong, is that I've noticed that, again, coming back to the tier 2 angle, if I spend a week in Goa, my skin starts glowing. And it's not just Goa. This is any
Small
place
city.
outside of Mumbai, Delhi, Bangalore, Chennai.
It's your stress. When you're here, you're doing 20 things. Like you said, when we walked in, I have 10 other businesses. So you're doing that and you're doing this. And I can see how much preparation you've already done before this podcast to ask me the relevant questions and to know it. If you didn't know well enough, you won't ask me these questions. And when I answered, you didn't know what to do next. So I see you put in a lot of work. It's stress. Gut, where it comes in terms of maintaining the bacteria, the food is, how I understand as a doctor is, your body has understood, like I said in the beginning of our conversation, how to digest your food. Because your body innately, from your mother's canal, from your whatever body that you have had, has had a certain flora. And it is maintaining that flora and nurturing it. And depending on what you have eaten as you grow, there is a set of flora. There is a set of combination in your stomach, which is yours. That is why it knows to digest its food. That is why it's happier when it eats certain food, because you have your set. So that is it. I don't think, I don't believe in simply every day popping a mycobacterial, whatever, combination, the gut bacteria, they say, oh, probiotic we'll have, prebiotic, we'll have this one every day. I don't believe in doing that, because you don't need to put that X million that he has put inside. That may not be my gut bacteria. He can't be putting everything. So allow it to heal. Have your desi food. Have your comfort food. For me, I remember my mom when we were young, and if you had a bad tummy, if you went out and ate something and got a bad tummy, they say,
Dahi
2
chawal.
days. Your mom said dahi chawal. My mom said dahi chawal with a little rasam also in it if you want. Or they ended up saying, we eat something called ganji. The parboiled rice, you end up boiling it and you actually remove away the water. So you've drained off the excess starch. Now it's more easy to digest. So excessively boil. We boil it excessively, so it literally each grain opens up. That ganji is so rich. And today, the world is talking about that. Congee, they call it.
Oh, crispy congee rice.
That is it. Congee is nothing but our ganji, which was parboiled rice, which was overly boiled, starch removed, sometimes kept overnight and fermented, comes to a stage of fermentation in the morning. You can even add benjana, they call it. Ganji benjana is ganji and curd. So you put that in the morning, have it. There is no better probiotic than that. Healed our gut, soothed our gut, and we are very happy. So like that, your each region will have. The other day I went to one of my friend's house, Mona, she's a bong. She had similar. I was like, wow. So they had mutton with this overnight fermented rice with very, very diluted curd in it. I was like, wow, we do it. She said, we also do it. They had some name which I've forgotten. So I'm sure every region has their own desi probiotic. So that's good to heal your gut. And yes, gut is very important, not just for acne. Again, I'm bringing back also for your eczema, also for your other things. Gut is very important. There is a gut-skin axis. Very important.
So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you check out this playlist for more videos just like this. It's TRS Clips.